Hello. Yes, the server room. How awesome is that? I haven't done a server room for a while. This is a unplanned server room show for you guys, episode 41. And we're going to get started in a few. Got to make sure that the channel is receiving content. It looks like it's green. It looks like it's stating that it's receiving content. I do apologize for not scheduling this stuff for you guys, but I just wanted to get something out, and why not get it out for you guys today, right? I've been extremely busy. I know my live streams are normally on Fridays around 8 o'clock, 7:30, 7 o'clock. I haven't been doing it because I've been extremely busy with work as well as my son. My son started doing track, so I'm just busy. I'm doing a lot of stuff. So, as you can see on the title, it's all about VMware configuring pfSense 2.3.5 with vSphere Hypervisor 6.5. VMware not too long ago released a new version, 6.7, but it's the same concept and the same procedure. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get inside the notes. Some announcements. First things first, a big thank you for our sponsor, I Think Virtue. I will provide this Google Doc for you guys. Click on the link, check him out. He has a YouTube channel. This guy is the best in the market dealing with VMware. He's awesome. He's a VMware expert. He's a guru. He's the man to talk to. Check out his site. Check out his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. He's a huge sponsor to the server room. He's like a brother to me. He's also a co-host of the server room, so he's cool. Today he can't make it, but it's all no problem, right? This is the server room master file link. BTNHD has his own repo now. TSR has a repo. This is the GitHub stuff. This is where I drop all the PowerPoints, all the scripts, everything, so you guys can have it. All right, make your job much easier. ITV, which is I Think Virtue, he also has a GitHub as well. This is where he has all his PowerShell and also his VMware scripts. Again, check them out. Second quarter subscriber goal is 50,000. That was my Q1. We're close. We're getting so close, which is awesome. And today's video is due to a Twitter request. I am using vSphere 6.5, but I kind of recommend getting the latest and greatest. I will upgrade my my infrastructure eventually. I downloaded pfSense, and this is right here. This is a download. This is a download file right here. And the one that we got was 2.35. The latest one is 2.3, and the reason why is because they don't support 32-bit. If your machine has an AMD 64, go for it. Pick it. Pick what type you want. I don't have an AMD 64, so I had to pick 2.35, and then you pick whatever version you want. Again, this link will be provided on the Google Docs, and then you also have the download stuff. You have to have a VMware username and password. It's free. Okay. And so you're probably saying to yourself, what the hell is pfSense? Now, pfSense, which I provide the link within the Google Docs, and is a software which is free. Everyone loves free stuff. It's open source. Is a customized free BSD, which is designed to act and behave like a firewall and router. Now, if you want to get your feet wet into the firewall and router world, I would say go and do this first, because once you understand how to create WAN and LAN networks and DMZ and create NATs and everything within this environment, software based, then you could get to the next level. The next level is hardware, purchasing like a Sonic Wall or a NSA 3600, whatever, right? There's a lot of them. I think what's another one? I'm trying to remember a couple of routers and firewalls. I know Sonic War is one. I think Broadcade is another one. Barracuda is another one. There's a lot of different ones on the market. But if you're not comfortable dealing with the hardware part, deal with the software part. It's super simple. And today is all about configuring the vSphere to use pfSense. Now, like I said, I love doing PowerPoints because it's short and simple. And I have a PowerPoint. Let's start this up. And this is a Twitter request. All right, let me see if I can get it up and running. Awesome. Now, like I said, it is a Twitter request, and it's from this guy right here. And he basically said having some issues with pfSense with 6.5. Hopefully, you upgraded your vSphere to 6.7 because that's the latest one. I mean, my VM will not pick up the internet until I ping Google, but then it won't pull anything but says I have internet. Any reasons why this would happen? So me and him, we went back and forth throughout Twitter, and he did watch my video, and it was still not working. So I kind of felt some way. It's like, wait a minute, you watched my video, but you didn't get it to work. So I said to myself, I have to try it and make a better video. Maybe the last video that I made dealing with this topic wasn't the best explained. So I took my time, and I have 113 slides, and so let's get started. So first things first, I am doing a nested virtualization. So I'm using VMware Workstation, and within there I created a virtual machine, right? And this virtual machine has the following. I gave it 8 gigs of memory, 4 processors. I gave it 2 hard drives. The first hard drive, which is the small one, is going to be the one that I am going to install the operating system. And the second one is the 500 gig. This is the one I'm going to be hosting my virtual machines. Okay. I edit my virtual machine. I went to CD DVD. I mounted my ISO, and then this is the ISO of the vSphere 6.5. Most likely you're using a hardware base, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't have the luxury to have like a bunch of hardware, a bunch of Dells, spare Dells, so I have to take advantage of what I have. This is the reason why I'm taking advantage of VMware Workstation, and I'm able to create nested VMs. This is one of the best things about VMware, and probably Alex from I Think Virtual is probably laughing and saying, see, I got you. So I mounted the ISO, and once I mounted it, I started it up, and you want to pick the first option. Okay, so I'm going to go through this real fast because the first slide is just installing the vSphere. So it's booting up. I hit enter to continue, F11 to accept. It's scanning for drives. You're going to pick whichever hard drive you want. Again, I'm going to pick the small one to install the operating system. And US default. Give it a root password, confirm it, make sure you remember the root password, and hit enter, and then press F11 to install. It's installing, boom, 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 done. Remove the media, which would be the ISO, or if you're doing it within a hardware base, you can either remove the USB. A lot of people like to do this differently. You could probably do it within a hard drive on the physical hardware. I like to do it depending on the machine. Install the operating system within a USB, right? So the USB is what the operating system is installed, and then when you're booting the physical machine, it's booting from the USB, from the operating system within the USB. That's pretty cool, because then you can take full advantage of all the space, all the hard drives that you have on the physical machine. Most likely you have like a RAID 5 or RAID 10 or whatever, right? Hit enter to reboot, and it's going to shut down, reboot, Bob, done, right? It's going to provide a IP address. Again, this is like the quick and dirty version of it. Best practice is press F2, assign an IP address, assign a domain, assign a DNS, do all that stuff. Again, I'm trying to do it quick and dirty for you guys. I let my DHCP assign an IP address to it, and I open up my web browser, and I just entered my IP address. It's going to say the connection is not private because it's not HTTPS, so you're going to get that nasty little thing. But if you click on advanced, I'm using Chrome, so depending on what browser you use, it's going to look a little different. But within Chrome, you're going to see this. Just click on advanced and just say proceed to whatever your IP address is. It states unsafe. It is unsafe, like unsafe, right? So from there, you're going to get this, and you will provide your username and password. It will be root and whatever password you provided. And there you go. Beautiful. Now, again, I did the dirty way of installing the hypervisor 6.5, but most likely you want to press F2 and configure all this stuff, like have your rather than saying localhost, you have it whatever you want, and assign it a static IP address, your DNS, and do whatever you want to do. For now, I just want to get something quick up and running for you guys. Okay. So next thing you need to do, again, the Google Doc will provide this link. You want to click on this, and again, depending on your processor, if your processor supports 2.4.3, because 2.43 only supports AMD 64, I had to pick 2.35, right? So again, you see 2.43 only supports AMD or the Netgate ADI. So I went to 2.3, and the file type I select install, and for my architecture I picked the i386 32-bit. And once I do that, once you do all that, you want to click on download. I think the slides, okay, the slides, they mess up. Okay, so once you're here, once you're inside your hypervisor, once you download the ISO image for your pfSense, right, whatever version you want, you want to click on storage. Now again, within my virtual machine, within VM Workstation, I had 2 hard drives. Okay, right now if I click on storage, I only see 1 hard drive. That's the hard drive that we installed the operating system. So you're probably saying to yourself, where the hell is the other hard drive? Well, you have to create it, or you need to find it and then reformat it so you could, it shows up. So from here, you want to click on new database. Okay, let me see something. Let me switch something real quick, guys. Let me switch real quick for you guys. There you go. Awesome. Get out of here. Okay, cool. So you want to click on new database, and once you click on new database, you're gonna get the nice little new database wizard. We are going to create a new VMware file system database, and click on next. And if everything goes well, you should automatically see it right here. That's awesome. So you need to give it a name. I'm pretty straightforward. I like to just give it a VM data store, but you can give it whatever you want. Okay, this is gonna work. Oh, I gotta do it the way Bernardo's doing it. No, you could name it whatever you want. Okay, this is the way I like to do it in my lab. You could give it, hey, I love YouTube forever. You can give it whatever name you want. Okay, click next. From here, I left it as the default to use full disk and to use the VMware file system 5. Now, this is where I'm not a huge professional or guru dealing with VMware. Again, please check out Alex from I Think Virtual. He has an article that details the permissions and what type of partitioning you need to do within your infrastructure. Great article. I'm gonna see if I can find it and post it up on my Google Docs for you guys. But I left everything as the default. Click on next. Nice little summary. Click finish, and it's gonna say, "Hey, I'm going to destroy everything in here." Yeah, sure, right? It's clean. Click yes, and what you're gonna do is wait, because right here on the recent tasks is gonna go. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Oh, I can't zoom in for you guys. That's okay. So it's gonna wait, and then you can click on refresh, and it pops up. Done. So I need to import that pfSense within my VMware, my vSphere hypervisor. So what I did was click on my new container, my new data store, and I clicked on data store browser. I created a new directory, and within the directory, what do you think I called it? ISOs, because this is where I'm going to be dropping my Windows 7, my Windows whatever. Okay, you want to create a new directory, and there it goes. Click on it and click on upload, and you need to locate that ISO that you downloaded within the pfSense website. So click open, and it gives you a nice little loading. Just give it some time. Go grab a cup of juice or coffee, whatever. And if everything works well, it should pop up right here. Awesome. And just click close. Nice. Cool, right? Pretty simple. Now, next thing that you want to do is you want to click on your virtual machine, because it's time for you to create your virtual machine. So click on create or register a VM. You're going to get the nice little dialog box. See right here, click on that. You're going to get the nice little dialog box. And the first thing that you need to do is create a new virtual machine. So click next on that and give it a name. And the name that I gave it is super simple, pfSense. Give it whatever you want. You could probably call it like your firewall or router or whatever. Now the guest OS family and the guest OS version, I gave it other. I think I should have picked FreeBSD, because the hypervisor kind of gives me a warning stating that the OS family was acting weird. It still works if you do other, but just make sure you pick the correct OS family. I don't think it probably VMware does have FreeBSD, so just make sure you pick that. But the OS version is definitely 32-bit. So click next and pick your location. I'm going to drop everything in the big container that I created, this data store, the 500 gigs. And click next again. And then from here, this is where you start customizing the stuff. So I don't think I customized anything. So let's click on the next slide. Yeah, I didn't customize anything as of yet. So I just click on next and I hit finish, and then we're done. Okay. Now, okay, see the status right? It gave me the warning, and the warning is because of the OS stuff. Ugh. Okay, VMware, stop screaming at me. It still works though. What we need to do is click on it and go to edit, and we need to do some customization, because for the pfSense to work correctly, you need 2 network adapters. One network adapter is for your WAN, the wide area network. This is what's going out in the internet world, grabbing the internet and then feeding it to your LAN. Right? So your second network card would be your LAN or NAT. Okay, whatever you want to call it. I called it NAT, but you could call it LAN if you want. So from here, what I did was I went all the way to the bottom and located the DVD, the CD DVD, because we need to mount our ISO to start the installation. So you click on the drop down data store ISO ISO file, and locate where you dropped your pfSense. So we dropped it inside the hard drive, this data store, inside this folder right here. Click on it and select it, and bam, done. Make sure you click on connect, and it is time to add our second network adapter. Again, you don't need to do it the way I'm doing it. You could probably add the network adapter first, then add the data store, and then save it and do it that way. I did it this way. I did the ISO file first, then I added the network adapter. Okay, so click on add network adapter, and it's automatically going to add it. Now by default it's going to do it within a VM network. So the reason why I point to connect is because I disable it. I don't want it to be on this network. This network right here is the one that's going to give me internet access. I don't need both adapters to give me internet access. I just need one. So uncheck that, click on save, click save, and boom, that's it. Power it on. And once you power it on, click on console to launch the console, open a browser console, blah blah blah. You're gonna see all this gibberish. Do not be afraid. It's just doing this thing, configuring itself, and you're gonna get this nice little blue screen. So I just left it as the default. Alright, I just went all the way down except these site settings. I didn't change any of the video fonts or anything. We did a quick and easy install. You know, I'm not going to do a custom install, because the quick and easy install is pretty straightforward. It gives you everything that you need, right? Once you do that, you're going to get this. Press OK, and once you press OK, it's going to start processing. And you get 2 options, embedded or standard. I left the default choice of standard kernel. Again, it started processing, and boom, do the reboot. When you reboot, you're going to get this. And now I noticed this within my infrastructure, and I started getting device timeout. and I was getting device timeout because of the LE1. The LE1 technically is the network adapter, the second network adapter that we added to our virtual machine. So you're probably saying to yourself, okay, Bernard, you're getting device timeout because you disconnected it. No, I was getting device timeout because of the type of network adapter that I have, or what VMware automatically gives me because of the processor that I have. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to fix that in case you do get this device timeout. So it does give you a question, and the question is, should VLAN be set up, yes or no? So if you do get this device timeout, you're still able to answer it. So I answered it yes, and it says enter the WAM interface. Now my WAM interface, I want it to be the first one, the one that's active, which would be my LE0. So I typed in LE0 and I hit enter. Now the second question is, what's going to be your LAN interface? So what do you think we should enter here? LE1. Got it. Hit enter. Bam. Now enter the optional one interface name or blah. I just left everything as blank. I just hit enter, and it gave me this. It said the interface would be assigned as the following, or follows. WAN would be LE0, LAN would be LE1. Do you want to proceed? Hit yes. Hit enter, and it's going to start doing its thing. It's going to configure. I got a crap load of device timeouts, but do not worry. If you do get this, I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. Now, this is when I do 6 to halt the machine, because I want to shut it down, because I need to fix this damn problem because it was bothering me. So once I shut it down, it's going to say, once you press 6 to halt, it says, do you want to proceed? Just hit yes. And it's going to shut down, and shutting down, blah, 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 and done. Now, we need to fix that device timeout thing. So I clicked on edit, and I did a little bit of Googling, and I did a little bit of searching. A lot of people were having this issue. And the issue is this guy right here, the adapter type that my machine, or my virtual machine, provided. It provided a AMD Lance PCNet 32. Now, the way that I got it to fix, the way that I fixed it was I switched it to E1000. Now, Alex, my good man, my good friend, is probably going to scream at me and probably tells me, you got to use VMX Net 3 or VMX Net 2. I haven't tried these two to see if the device timeout would disappear, but I used what I'm accustomed to. I've used E1000 in the past. When I was doing my research, a lot of people switched to E1000, and that fixed the problem. So I just went straight to it, and I just changed it. Okay. I also changed it to the first adapter and the second adapter. Why not? Regardless if the first adapter wasn't giving me problems, I just made sure that both adapters were E1000. I saved it, and this is where you need to start configuring your second adapter, your LAN. Okay, because you need to feed your other virtual machines. How the hell are you going to feed your other virtual machines? Right? Internet access. So I clicked on networking, and there's a couple of things I should have done with the PowerPoint, and I know Alex is probably screaming at me like, oh, you should have did this, Bernardo, you should have did this. Again, I was trying to do it quick and dirty because I wanted to show you guys how to get pfSense working correctly. But most likely, best practice would be you want to take VM network out. You want to only have management network on one network card, right? Don't share the management network with anything else. By default, VMware gives you VM network. It gives you 2 ports, right? VM network and then management network. You want to definitely remove this and create another port group and assign it another vSwitch, like vSwitch 1. And that vSwitch or that port will have a dedicated IP address to the WAN. Okay, you have your management. You want your management port to be separate. Then you have another NIC that's assigned to your switch, your vSwitch, right? Your virtual switch, and your port group. That would be your second network card. Okay, got it. All right, but I didn't do that. Okay, I took advantage of what I had, and what I did was from here. I went inside virtual switches and I created a standard virtual switch. By default, they give you virtual vSwitch 0. vSwitch 0 is the one that's assigned to a network card, a physical card, right? Clicked on it, and from here, I gave it a name and I called it vSwitch 1, and I added it. Awesome. And from here, I went back into port groups, click on add port group. I created port group. And from this port group, I called it NAT. And I assigned it to that virtual switch. And I click add. Boom, done. Right? Now, from here, I went inside my pfSense and I shut it down. Make sure you shut it down. And once you shut it down, you want to edit. And you want to switch your second adapter to NAT. Okay, the first adapter within your pfSense is the one that's grabbing the internet, and then you have to shoot it somewhere. Where are you going to shoot it? You're going to shoot it to your second adapter. So behind the scenes within your virtual environment, right, within your hypervisor or whatever, it's pushing everything out to this port group that you created. It's pushing out all that internet to it. And the pfSense is creating a subnet. You're able to go inside pfSense and customize different subnets. By default, I think it gives you 192.168.1.0, something like that. So I assigned the second adapter to NAT. Click on save, boot it up, and then lo and behold, I did not get the device timeout. Done. Awesome sauce. So my WAM is this crazy IP address right here. Okay. The LAN would be this guy. Oh, it's actually 1.1. Cool. I created a virtual machine, and within my virtual machine, the network adapter, I assigned it to NAT, which I'm going to show you the virtual machine. And I created a Ubuntu desktop machine, and I did a iconfig, and I pinged out, and this is the IP address that it gave me, and I was able to call out. Now that's the end of the slide, and I will provide this slide at the end of the show. The link is going to be in the Google Docs as well as the bottom of the video, because it's good to have. I try to give you this information because it's good for you guys to have, go over it, come back to the video, take notes, and all that good stuff. So I want to show you guys the live lab, because I tested everything out at home, my home lab. So this is my home lab, and this is the VM workstation. Again, this is the EXXI 6.5. I most likely need to update this. And let's go in here. I was logged out. Let's log back in. Beautiful. Let's log back in here. Got timed out. So I have both virtual machines up and running. Okay, I'm gonna click on my Ubuntu because I don't want you guys to think, Bernardo, it's working because you have this virtual machine within VM network. Dude, it's working, right? You're just showing us that it's working. No, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm physically live right now with you guys. I'm gonna click on edit, and then from here, I'm gonna cut the screen and then change it real quick. No, we're gonna let it load. And our network adapter right now is pointing to NAT. Okay, and I'm gonna cancel this and let's go to networking, because I don't want you guys to think that this is, smoke and mirrors, because I only have one physical network card. That's all I have right now. Boom, that's all I have. This is one physical network card. This physical network card right now, if I'm going to networking, is I think it's attached to this guy right here, to vSwitch. Yeah, see? Look at the little map. Boom, done. See? One physical adapter. This physical adapter right now is attached to the pfSense, right? And is attached to my management. Again, not really best practice. What you want to do is you want to remove this VM network switch to an additional physical adapter, and then just have your management network on its own physical adapter, okay? But for the hell of it, I put everything in one shot. So we saw so let's go back into networking. And go to port groups, and then goes my NAT. This is my NAT right here. Boom. It's loading the topology. Look, no physical adapters. No physical adapters. And the reason why it's pfSense is because pfSense is the NAT. It's the second adapter. But there's no physical adapter, so it's not really contacting anywhere. So how are you getting internet access, Bernardo? Well, we're going to go inside the virtual machine. I already showed you guys within the edit. I'm going to launch the console. Let's launch this guy. Let me see if I'm able to log in. Let me see if I remember my damn password. Boom, I'm in. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. And I am going to, let me see what I could do. Let me see if I click here. No. It's weird. We'll go to system settings. I want to show you guys a couple of things. Let me see if I'm able to show you guys the system settings. It is running slow because I'm using VM Workstation, and VM Workstation has a virtual machine with the hypervisor. And the hypervisor, I have two other virtual machines within that hypervisor. It's a huge nested loop of hypervisors. I love VMware. I love that VMware allows me to do that. The reason why I went to system settings is when I want to go to networks. And I want to show you guys that it is wired. I don't have anything, you know, I didn't sign anything, but the DNS default route and everything is pointing to pfSense. So close that up. So if I do if config, right, if config, IP address right here, look at that, 192.168, which is the same subnet. Remember the subnet that pfSense provided was 192.168.1.1, but you're able to configure that within the web GUI. Okay, and if I do is a ping, let's ping Google. All right, I'm able to go out. Let's cancel that. Okay, let's do a clear. Let's I don't know. Let's ping Yahoo, right? Google's such a known ping for everyone, so I'm able to ping Yahoo with no problem. I'm getting replies with no problem. It's pretty slow, but it gets me there. Awesome. All right, and that's it, guys. Man, that's it with the show. Let's see. Let's get inside the chat. See if anyone is there. Again, I will provide the Google Doc as well as the PowerPoint for you guys to enjoy. Again, it is free. Thank you, Josh, for the super chat. Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much love for you, my good man. Thank you so much. For those that join, thank you so much. I'm gonna end it right here because again, this wasn't scheduled. It's one of those things that I just wanted to push out to you guys. I'm happy that I came today. You know, I came by today, did the live stream for you guys. It's normally on Fridays around 7:30, 8 o'clock with my good man from I Think Virtual, Alex. But for today, I just wanted to push this out because I haven't done a live stream for you guys for a long time, and I do apologize. I've been extremely busy trying to push out a lot of content for you guys on the channel, as well as family stuff and work stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I will provide the PowerPoint as well as the Google slide at the bottom of the video, so you guys could grab it. It is yours. It is free. Thank you so much, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Now, as always, how the hell do you end this? I think if I press this button, no. Wait a minute, it's over. I'm still talking.